Well, this is a breaking news, but not too surprising. In the recent times, we have seen INEC and the court make chairmen of parties. That we saw Anyanwu, Senator Anyanwu today, and Abdulrahman in INEC quarterly stakeholders meeting is not a very big surprise. But let me start from you, Philip. In the recent times, INEC and court are the one making chairmen for political parties. It shouldn't be that way. This is a complete aberration. We've never seen anything like this before. They are so short-changing democracy, democratic process, and endangering our future, unknowingly or knowingly. How did we get here?
On your mandate, we stand. You see, this is very interesting. You know, just last week, we heard that INEC had, to be precise, on the 30th of January, INEC recognized St. Mid Sadiq, chairman of SDP, and Aguloye, said by court order, and Nanadi Usman, who from nowhere, going by Labour Party constitution, had no means of becoming a critical committee because there was no provision as such in Labour Party, constitution, became, Labour Party chairman recognized by INEC. We did say it on this platform that the target is not Labour Party, neither SDP, but the target is PDP. And a day later, a federal high court in Ibadan, who was formerly a federal high court judge in Port Harcourt when Wike was holding sway as a governor, who was posted to Ibadan, gave a judgment, and gave what was not before the court, recognizing, asking INEC to recognizing Wike-led PDP. Few days later, Wike-led PDP held a meeting in Wike's house, an APC minister's house, and ask INEC to recognize them, the Abdulrahman and Anyanwu as the only leader of PDP, and fixed dates for their Congress and National Convention. And today happened to be the day the INEC hold quarterly meeting with national chairman and secretary of parties.
Yes.
And what do we see today? We saw Abdulrahman and Senator Anyanwu representing PDP in that meeting. Nothing you need to say. People may say that go to the INEC portal, you see Damagu and Senator Anyanwu. Of course, that's what happened in SDP. It was Gaba and Aguloye. Later they removed Gaba and they superimposed Sadiq. And that's what they are doing.
Let me come to you, Kingsley. This issue of Ibadan judgment, Turaki said the Ibadan judge became a Father Christmas who gave out what wasn't even asked for. Judges usually say that they are not God that will give you what you didn't ask for. But that of Ibadan, it happened that way. And this thing is eroding our democracy. What is not important to these people is that they do not understand that to anything there is a limit. Nigerians are docile people, no doubt about that. They are peace-loving people, no doubt about that. But there is limit to everything. What is Nigerians' limit? Remember just yesterday, the Senate threw away the opportunity to have a mandatory electronic transmission of results at real-time basis. They said they don't want something good. They only want that crooked way where they can manually operate miracles from voting into coalition.
The way you are saying it is so much lasciviousness and lackadaisical attitude. Two of you, let me start with you before I face INEC and the other Nigerians. Yes. This one is between a matter of life and death, whether this country will stay together or it will not stay together. That's the real truth. We can't have an INEC and a court that is giving who becomes chairman or secretary. Yeah. What we have is a party, a group of people forming together and say we are a party. Then the government have what you call an independent national electoral commission that puts up a guideline of how these parties ought to be run. Now this party, they don't run the party for the parties. Now what they are doing now is that they are running the party for the party. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's what we are seeing right now, and is in grave danger to our democracy. That's not what our democracy spells out. Our democracy says this group of people, they meet this guideline, they are registered, we recognize them, they have their ideology, they have their principles, they follow that. But today, what we are having is that Amupitan as INEC chairman now tells me this is the faction I recognize, this is the faction I recognize. Listen. we are going in a wrong direction. Somebody needs to wake up. Nigerians needs to wake up. CSOs, I said it today, they need to wake up. Even the political party themselves, they need to wake up. And let me tell you something. If you have gotten SDP, you've gotten Labour Party, you've gotten PDP, they are going for the jugular, which is the ADC that they think everybody right now is safe.
And mind you, ADC have about five court cases.
Oh, all right. From Dumebi, from
if Abdulrahman from nowhere could become chairman of PDP, is it Rafiu Gombe that was deputy national chairman? So let's come into this. What is it that has befallen Nigeria? As a country, it appears that we have always had better yesterdays. What is happening? We were angry with, what is the name of Mr. Glitch's? Mahmoud.
Mahmoud.
We are so angry with Mahmoud that he was a failed INEC chairman. Then Amupito was appointed. Everybody says he's a son, he's a this, he's a that. The first assignment was to tell us that beavers was not even necessary to conduct election. Blah, blah, blah. That is not even in our law. Blah, blah, blah. It tried to reinterpret what the Supreme Court said. We kept quiet. The next one he said was that dead people are in INEC register. That until they remove dead people in INEC register, that free and fair election could be difficult. I wonder whether dead people appear on the day of voting. When we were using beavers to do accreditation, I didn't see any dead person in my unit bringing his PVC to do accreditation. So that dead people were there, removed or not removed, shouldn't by any means affect the integrity of the election. The next he said was that until the National Assembly does what they need to do, that there's nothing INEC can do. In all he has said, he didn't think INEC needs to do anything or have any responsibility. Just yesterday, they gave him a gift that he all wanted. And Nigerians are there standing. Today, all the political parties, the people that they are calling their chairman, SDP, Sadiq is unknown. To National Working Committee of SDP. By no means could Sadiq be the national chairman of SDP. He is grossly unknown. Now, you go to PDP, Abdulrahman is also unknown. You go to that of Labour Party. Nanadi, while a good supporter of P2B, people love him for that support, Obedient love him for that support. Nanadi was not a member of the National Working Committee. As a matter of fact, Nanadi became a member of the Labour Party in 2022. As a matter of fact, people are also doubting that she was properly registered until she came to arise to clear it, and people still have some doubt. There was convention in Nnewi. Nobody attacked whether Nnewi convention was rightly done or wrongly done. They now manufactured necessity. Today, it works for Nanadi, they are clapping. That same necessity will be a problem and a headache in our democratic system. Everywhere is a mess. They didn't give this gift to Nanadi because of Nanadi. Like you said, they were targeting PDP. Are they going to ADC?
You know, there's a story I can't remember precisely, that the goddess, came from the water, and he chooses a lady that was dancing. It was dancing so well that the whole community celebrated her until she danced herself into the stream and get drunk and died. Those, and there's also this saying that goes that the gods we kill will first make mad. The leadership of Nigeria today, they are leading Nigeria to somewhere. It appears the goddess and the gods are beating drum for the leadership of this country, believing that they are in democracy. But what they are leading us to, remember, just allow me to borrow the word of Dr. who said that we are not in a democratic rule, but we are in a civil rule, which could culminate to something we cannot explain. Because, like you said, there's an end to everything. There's a limit, yes. So when you push the people, you see, like I said yesterday, that the PDP we have today, the Turaki-led PDP, it is not just the PDP we have before. It's not the secondus PDP that we can just, bragados and push away. It is not our Yosha PDP that we can just push away. This PDP led by Turaki is a PDP who is focused and is He had direction of where he's going, and he's going that direction. He had no fear. Don't forget, when they tried to take over their office, they challenged the man to man. Wike could not come out of his vehicle to assess the PDP. You remember?
Yeah.
And it's the same person who called on the international community that Nigeria is not suffering from Christian genocide alone, it's suffering from democracy genocide, that America need to come to our rescue. What am I trying to say? If the ruling party think they could, who call himself a professor of law and a senior advocate of Nigeria, who think he can use his knowledge, his intellectual to twist Nigeria, when the fire will start burning, you think it will not get to where you are. When the fire doesn't know boundary.
Yeah.
Go and ask them in California. It will consume everybody. So it should continue.
All right, let me come to you. Nigerians, imagine these two things that are just happening together, especially this discarding of mandatory electronic transmission of results at real time. Do you think Nigerians are going to fight their way through and insist that if you don't put this, we'll boycott the election?
Okafor, where have you heard any other voice of opposition as of today?
Yeah, the three opposition parties, they came together.
How strong it is?
We don't know yet.
You see, we need to have it strong. We need for people today to today.
For what they have said, I think it is civilized way. I think it's a right step in the right direction. First and foremost, this is a democracy. They have registered their grievances. It is left for the government to listen to it or to further push them.
Are you expecting a kind of protest or peaceful? Anyway, it has to be peaceful because we don't want to destroy our country.
Yes.
Peaceful protest to demand that let there be immediate end to this nonsense. Anointing of candidates and calling them national chairman of a political party without a congress. It's an aberration. It should stop.
I'm not expecting any protest. If there will be a protest, the protest would have started with Labour Party, then it goes to SDP. Where are all the SDP members that knows what is right? Where is the chairman of SDP, Gabam? Did he issue a statement? Have they filed for a court, whatever it is, and bring a lot of evidence? This one that has come now, because PDP is large, they have brought PDP to a very... Imagine PDP headquarters closed up, and I can tell you, maybe in the next 1 week, PDP headquarters will be open, and it will be open for Wike and his cohorts.
All right, are we looking at, if Nigeria remains docile like we are known for, are we looking at presidential election where Wike will be the flag bearer of PDP and maybe any other person, that of ADC if it survives, and there will be election and Wike will just congratulate our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and life goes on?
I think what we are looking at, we are going back to the eras of Sani Abacha, the 5 leprosy figure.
Yeah.
What will happen is that what we are having is owned by the people, all the political parties be owned by one man.
Yeah.
So they will just adopt one presidential candidate for all the party.
All right.
And it's now a clear one party.
All right, we are at the point where we have 5 leprosy fingers. Some of us who were old enough who understood that under Abacha, where all the political parties came together, except MD Yusuf. I remember the man that says, no, we are not going to have this done. Then they say we are adopting Abacha as our sole candidate. Of course, if INEC is making the national chairman and the court are making the national chairman, of course, we expect all of them to adopt one candidate. And at the end of the day, we don't know what follows.